Hello there, thanks for stopping by Max's Cards and Dice Dugout. This is episode 207, and we are back at Lake Placid, New York for game number 6 of the 1980 Olympic Ice Hockey Tournament project using Blue Zone Hockey from Owlsat Games via Lamborn Games, I believe. Like I said, game number 6. This is the final game on the first day of pool play. It's a Red Division game between Japan and the Soviet Union. A game in which the Soviet Union won 16-0 in real life. I've already calculated the chance cards, or the match cards, I should say. The half chance and full chance cards are there. What else? Goalies were rolled for, just for brevity. Iwamoto is starting for Japan, and Viktor Tikhonov decides to go with Vladimir Mishkin, who was a world-class goalie in his own right, regardless of the fact that Tretiak was on this team. So I believe Mishkin may have started this game in real life. I'm not sure about that, or he certainly played a lot in the tournament. Okay, most famously, of course, in the Miracle on Ice game. All right, that being said, we're ready to go here. This, like I said, is the final game of the first round of pool play. Took place on February 12th, 1980 at the Olympic Fieldhouse. That's the larger of the two ice hockey venues, the one that was built for the 1980 Olympics. After calculating match cards, this ends up being a +1 game, so all dice rolls for half and chance cards will get a +1 modifier. All right, so we are ready to go, and let's get this started. And that is going to be nothing to start the game. We just move along, and that's also nothing. So things quiet here early, and that is going to be a penalty to Japan. All right, so for this next match card, Soviet Union gets an extra +1, and it's going to be another penalty. So they kill off the first penalty and draw a second. So once again, +1 for the Soviet Union, and it looks like we're going to have an injury to a Japan player. So the penalty is killed off as we approach the halfway point of the first period. We'll roll one die to see the effect of the injury, and it's to a key player. So we'll have to make a note here. Japan, injury, key player. And we'll roll for the severity, and it's a 10. That's not good. So next game, Japan has to roll a 10 or better to clear that injury. Okay, now in this case, we should be adding a card to the other team, but the Soviet Union is already at the max of 27. And I failed to mention that. Just to keep it straight in my mind, the Soviet Union is actually the black cards in this game. There's only 26 of each, red and black, in a regular deck. So I had to add a joker for the Soviet Union. So they're already at the maximum. So what we have to do here is remove a red card from the bottom of the deck for Japan and take that out of the game. So they drop to 11 match cards. Okay, and we continue on. And that's nothing. We're halfway through the first period and scoreless, surprisingly. Still no scoring. No scoring again. And now we have an away injury. So this is going to be an injury to the Soviet Union. But first we'll put one match card on the bottom, another one into the pile. We'll roll one die. And it's a 1. It's an injury to a minor player, so there's no effect. So we continue on. And we're going to have our first chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the chance goes to the Soviet Union. That is a full chance. We roll a 5, that becomes a 6 with the +1. And defender, it's a breakaway. Defender sin binned for tripping, and a penalty shot's awarded. So this is the first time we're going to go to the penalty chart. And there's no assist on that, of course, because of the breakaway and the penalty shot. All right, so we're going to the penalty chart here. We roll 2 die, we roll a 3. Fine pad save by the goalie, so still no scoring here in the first period. And we're going to get a half chance now. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the bottom. And once again, it's going to be the Soviet Union. Half chance plus 1, that's a 7. That becomes an 8. Feet along the boards, wrist shot from an angle. Knocked away by the goalie, but it's a rebound. So we're going to get a rebound. And we look at rebound chart 1. And we roll at 9. Goalie smothers the puck. So Iwamoto playing great in goal for Japan, and everyone is surprised at the results so far in this game. A game that the Soviet Union won in real life 16-0. And we're winding down here. Last card of the first period, and that's it. No scoring. We are scoreless after 1. Take these cards out of the way and continue on with the second period. And here we go. And nothing there. A lot of defensive play between the blue lines. Now we're going to get another full chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one once again goes to the Soviet Union. It's +1 on the roll. The roll of 6. That becomes a 7. Clash against the backboards wraparound. Bounce back off the goalie's pad. Snapshot. Goalie saves again, and we go to rebound. All right, so rebound 1 chart, we roll a 3. Glove save from snapshot. So Iwamoto having an incredible game so far in the crease. And we continue on scoreless here early in the second period. And that is going to be a penalty to the Soviet Union. So Japan will get a +1 on this next match card. And it's nothing, so 1 to the bottom. Soviet Union kills off the penalty. We're almost halfway through the second period, and this is a surprising result so far. We are scoreless, and we are halfway through the second period now, and we're going to get a full chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This chance once again goes to the Soviet Union. +1 on the roll. We roll a 9 on this full chance. That becomes a 10. Cycling the puck in the offensive zone. Goalie beaten down low in the corner for a goal. First goal of the game goes to the Soviet Union. And there are 2 assists. So let's see who the scorer is. So in the second period, we have a goal. Well, that was a 9. 9:53. Valery Vasiliev. And you have to excuse me. Valery Vasiliev. All right, and first assist goes to 541. Viktor Zalukov. Second assist, 290. Vasilichov Fetisov. So Vasiliev from Zalukov and Fetisov. And we'll check the time, so that's 6, 7, plus 8 seconds. And that is at 10:08. And the Soviet Union takes a 1-0 lead. And we continue on here in the second period. And we're going to have another half chance. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once again, it's the Soviet Union. +1 on this. 5 becomes, or excuse me, 9 becomes a 10 on this half chance for the Soviet Union. Giveaway by the defender, 1-on-1 with the goalie. Low wrist shot into the corner for a goal. So the Soviet Union scores again, and that was on a breakaway, so no assist. Let's see who this goal scorer was. That's 864. Alexander Skvortsov. So in the second period, Soviet Union has scored twice, and that is Skvortsov. No assist. And the time of the goal, 37 seconds plus 8. 12:07 or 12:17, excuse me. At 12:17 in the second period, and the Soviet Union, excuse me, leads 2-0. All right. Remember, this was a game that they won in real life, 16-0. And we're going to have another half chance. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once again, it's the Soviet Union. +1. We roll a 6, that becomes a 7. Two-man raid into the blue zone, wrist shot, great glove save by the goalie. So Iwamota coming up big again to keep this a 2-goal lead for the Soviet Union. As the second period's winding down, nothing happens there. 1 to the bottom, 1 in the pile. Once again, 1 to the bottom, 1 in the pile. Last card of the second period. And that's how the second period ends, with the Soviet Union leading 2-0. Viktor Tikhonov is certainly not happy. All right. So 2-0 after 2. And we start the final period of this one. And nothing there to start things. Nothing there. 1, 2, 3 to the bottom. 1 on the pile. And we're going to have a penalty to Japan. So the Soviet Union get an extra +1 on this next card, and it's a half chance. All right, so that makes this a +2 roll on the half chance. We roll a 7, that becomes a 9. And it's a back pass wrist shot, good stop by the goalie. Iwamota coming up big once again. And Japan kills off that power play. Nothing here. And it's going to be a full chance. 2, 3, 5. And once again, the Soviet Union. +1 on this die roll, it's a 7. This is a full chance. That becomes a 9. Screen goalie given no chance on the open man who receives a pass, and it is going to be another goal for the Soviet Union with 2 assists. And that's going to come here in the third period. And let's see who the goal scorer was. 15. Alexander Golikov. So Golikov from Alexei Kasatonov. So and the second assist goes to Valery Vasilyev. And the time of the goal, 44 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 match cards. And 7:24 in the third. So Golikov from Katasanov and Vasilyev at 7:24 makes it a 3-0 game. And we continue on. Nothing happens there. So we're halfway through the final period in this game. We're going to get a half chance. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally, Japan gets a chance in this game. It's going to be a +1 on this roll. 9 becomes a 10. And drop pass, shot from the slot. It's a pad save by Mishkin, but we are going to the rebound chart. And on a 10, slap shot from the slot and a goal with 1 assist for Japan, and they are on the board. All right, so here in the third period, Japan scores. And let's see who the see who scores that goal. 3-11. And that will be Satoru Misawa. So Misawa with the goal. And there's 1 assist on this one, and that assist goes to 70. And that's Misawa, so no assist. So Misawa unassisted at 97. We got 6-7 cards. 11:37 unassisted at 11:37 makes it a 3-1 Soviet lead. And we continue on here. It's going to be another full chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is going to the Soviet Union. It's a full chance +1. They roll a 2. That becomes a 3. And giveaway by defender. Attacker steals puck. Snapshot. Great save by the goalie. So Iwamota keeps this a 2-goal lead for the Soviet Union. Iwamota having a great game in the crease considering who they're playing against. No argument that they were the best team in the world at this time. So we continue on, and there's going to be another half chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is going to Japan again. And there's a +1 on this. That's a 9. Becomes an 11 on a half chance. Let's see what happens here. Quick break down the ice. Wrist shot beats goalie down low, and it's a 1-goal game. Japan scores again. And 1 assist on this one. All right, so let's see who scored the goal first. 263. Hideo Arabe. And there is 1 assist, and that's coming from 605. Sumoto Hanzawa. So Hanzawa. And the time of the goal, 27, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 1347. And it's now 3-2 in favor of the Soviets. And we continue on. Nothing happens there. Okay, so we're down to the last 2 match cards. And Japan's going to pull their goalie. So any full chances automatically go to Japan. A half chance we will use the match card. So let's see what happens here. Okay, a half chance. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to Japan. It's a half chance to Japan to tie this game with a +1. They roll a 6, that becomes a 7. Shot from just inside the blue line. Good deflection save by Mishkin. Preserves the 1-goal lead for the Soviet Union. Japan still has their goalie pulled for this last match card. They trail 3-2. And here we go. And it's nothing. So we go 1 and 2 for the final match card. So that's it for this one. The Soviet Union holds off Japan, who played an inspired game. The Soviet Union wins this one 3-2. And Viktor Tikhonov is probably not happy. So before we go into the second round, the next time I play this game, now that everyone has played at least one game in the first round of pool play, I'll be able to post some standings. Right now it's really coming down to, you know, 3 teams being 1-0, and it's going to be a goal differential that's going to put them in first place. But there's a lot of hockey to be played. So if you hung out with me for this one, I appreciate it. And I'll be back again in the near future with another video. And until then, take care.